The cafe's evening glow sparkled against the fading daylight as Adrian Shaw sat by himself at a table in the corner, glancing at his watch for the third time in 10 minutes. At 34, he had been on plenty of blind dates to recognize when he was being stood up, and this was beginning to feel like yet another one for the books. His business partner had arranged this up, saying that Adrienne needed to quit working 80-hour weeks and finally meet someone. The woman, based on his partner, was sweet and authentic, and precisely what Adrienne needed. But it was now 20 minutes after the scheduled upon time, and the chair opposite from him stayed empty. Adrian was preparing to call for the check when he saw a small figure walking toward his table. A little girl, maybe 3 or 4 years old, with blonde curls pulled back by a pink ribbon and dressed in a pink dress. She moved with the confident purpose of someone on a mission, walking between tables until she stood right beside him. "Excuse me," the little girl said with complete politeness. "Are you Mr. Adrian?" Adrian looked in surprise. "I am." "And who are you?" "I'm Lily," the girl said carefully. "My mommy sent me to say she's sorry she's late. She's parking the car and she'll be here in just a minute. She said to say she's really, really sorry and she wishes you didn't leave." Adrian felt his frustration disappear instantly, changed by amusement and curiosity. "Your mommy sent you in by yourself to find me?" Lily agreed. "She showed me your picture on her phone so I would recognize what you looked like. She said you'd be sitting by the window with the candle, and here you are." She appeared quite proud of her detective work. "Well, you found me," Adrian said with a smile. "Would you like to sit down while we wait for your mommy?" Lily got into the chair across from him with some struggle, and Adrian held back the urge to help, feeling she wanted to do it herself. Once comfortable, she folded her hands on the table and stared at him with serious eyes. "Mommy says I'm not allowed to talk to strangers," Lily said. "But she said, you're not a stranger. You're her friend, Mr. Adrian. So, it's okay." "That's very smart of your mommy," Adrian said. "And she's right. I'm not a stranger if she sent you to find me. Are you going to marry my mommy?" Lily said with the directness only children possess. Adrian almost choked on the water he had just sipped. "I'm sorry. What? Are you going to marry my mommy?" Lily said patiently. "Because Mrs. Henderson next door said mommy needs to find a husband, and mommy said she was working, but it's hard with a little girl because some men don't like kids. Do you like kids?" Adrian was rescued from answering by the coming of a woman, who ran to their table, slightly breathless and obviously mortified. She was beautiful, probably in her late 20s, with the same blonde hair as her daughter and a look of pure horror. "Lily, I told you to wait by the door, not to come find him by yourself." The woman faced to Adrian, her cheeks flushed. "I am so sorry. I'm Isabel. This is my daughter Lily, who clearly does not follow instructions. I told her to wait while I found you, but she's very independent." "I found him, Mommy," Lily announced proudly. "And I told him you were sorry you were late." "Yes, you did, sweetheart. And that was very helpful. But you still shouldn't have come over alone." Isabel looked at Adrienne with apologetic eyes. "I'm so sorry. The parking was a disaster, and then I couldn't figure out how to use the parking meter, and by the time I got inside, Lily had already taken matters into her own hands." "It's fine," Adrian said, and he knew he meant it. "Lily was very polite. She delivered your message perfectly. Please sit down." Isabel sat, placing Lily beside her rather than across from Adrian. "I should have mentioned I have a daughter when we agreed to meet. That was wrong of me. I understand completely if you want to leave." "Why would I want to leave?" Adrian asked. "Because most men do when they find out about Lily," Isabel said softly. "I've learned to mention it up front now, but your partner was so excited about setting us up, and I just wanted one evening where I wasn't judged for being a single mother, before anyone even met me." Adrian looked at Lily, who was following this exchange with interest, and then at Isabel, who looked ready to rejection. He thought about how Lily had walked a restaurant full of strangers to find him, how she had been polite and confident, how Isabel had raised a child who could do that. I think anyone who judges you for being a mother is in fool missing out on something incredible. Adrienne said, Lily is clearly amazing, and that's a reflection of you. Isabel's eyes welled with tears. That's the nicest thing anyone said to me in a very long time. They ordered dinner, and what could have been awkward turned wonderful. Lily talked happily about her daycare and her favorite cartoons, sometimes asking Adrienne questions that made both adults laugh. Isabel loosened visibly as the evening went on, seeing that Adrienne was truly interested in getting to know both of them. Lily asked me earlier if I was going to marry you, Adrienne said during dessert after Lily had become lost in coloring on the kids' menu. The restaurant offered. Isabel turned scarlet. Oh God, I'm so sorry. She heard my neighbor say something, and now she believes every man I meet has a potential husband. It's okay, Adrienne said with a smile. It made me think about what I want in life. I've spent 10 years creating my company, reaching success by every traditional measure. But I go home to an empty apartment every night, and recently, I've been wondering what the point is. He looked at Lily, then at Isabel. Seeing you two tonight, the way you are with each other, it showed me that the best things in life aren't things at all. They're people. They're connections. They're moments like this. Are you saying you want to see us again? Isabel asked slowly. I'm saying I'd like to try, Adrienne replied, if you're willing. I don't have experience with kids and I work too much and I'll probably mess up constantly, but I'd like the chance to get to know you both better. Over the next months, Adrienne became a regular part of Isabel and Lily's life. He learned about bedtime routines and children's medicine, and the odd logic of toddler negotiations. Isabel revealed him a world beyond boardrooms and profit margins, showing him to find joy in playground visits and animated movies, and the simple pleasure of family dinners. Lily named herself the judge of whether Adrienne was suitable for her mother, frequently reporting to her mother that Mr. Adrienne is doing a good job, or Mr. Adrienne needs to try harder at playing dolls. A year after that first meeting, Adrienne asked to Isabel in the same cafe where they had met with Lily there because, as he said, she was part of this decision too. Lily, I need to ask you something important, Adrienne said, bending down to her level while Isabel watched with tears already forming. I'd like to ask your mommy to marry me, but that means I'd be your family too. Would that be okay with you? Lily thought this seriously. Would you be my daddy? If you'd like me to be, Adrienne said. I know you had a daddy before and I'm not trying to replace him, but I love your mommy and I love you, and I'd be blessed to be your family. Okay, Lily said, but you have to get better at playing dolls, and you have to learn how to make my mommy's special pancakes. Deal, Adrienne said seriously, then turned to Isabel. Your daughter has given me permission. Now I need to ask you, Isabel. You and Lily have shown me what actually matters in life. Will you marry me? Isabel said yes through happy tears. And Lily shouted and announced to the entire cafe that Mr. Adrienne was going to be her daddy now, and everyone should be very happy for them. They were married 6 months later with Lily as the flower girl, happily telling everyone that she was the one who had found Mr. Adrienne in the first place. So really this whole wedding was because of her. In her speech at the reception, Isabel shared the story of their first meeting. I was so scared about Adrienne finding out I had a daughter that I asked Lily to wait by the door while I looked for him. But Lily, being Lily, decided she could handle the situation herself. She walked right up to him and shared my message. And in doing so, she showed Adrienne exactly who we were. A package deal, a team, a family. And Adrienne, instead of running away, saw something worth staying for. She looked at her husband with love. Thank you for seeing that Lily wasn't a problem, but a gift. Thank you for loving us both. And thank you for being the kind of man who understood that the best things in life come in unexpected packages, sometimes brought by determined 3-year-olds who don't follow instructions. Sometimes the people who change our lives show themselves in the most unexpected ways through the words of children who haven't learned to hide what matters most. And sometimes the family we create is even better than the one we imagined, because it's built on acceptance, love, and the courage to see possibilities where others only see complications. If this story moved your heart, please like, share, and subscribe for more tales of unexpected meetings, children's wisdom changing everything, and learning that love often comes as a package deal that's even better than anything we could have planned. Comment below and share about a time when a child changed your perspective, or when accepting someone fully, complications included, led to unexpected joy. Your story could inspire someone else to open their heart to love in all its messy, beautiful reality.